My name is Shonae. Thank you for tuning in. Welcome to my channel. This is Shonae's Law. And today is going to be part 1 of our Millennial Success Bylaws. 10 parts. You heard me. This is just part 1. We're going to peel this back layer by layer. Just like Pusha T. We're going to get into it. Graduating from high school, from college can be really hard. You got all these new responsibilities and tasks that people really don't go into about. Things that they don't really teach you about in school as much as they should. They don't teach you how to be a grown-up. They don't teach you how to master all of these responsibilities that come in your way. But don't worry, I got you. I got the juice, the gems, the tips, the hacks. I got a few tidbits that are going to help you on this journey. I got you. So rule number 1 on this Millennial Success Bylaws series is how to save money. This is this video's topic. We're going to it. Everybody want to save some money. You want to save some money too. You got curious. That's why you clicked on this video. You want to see what I was going to say. Am I going to say something you already doing? Or are you going to learn something new? You here. Everybody want to save some money. What 50 say? Everybody mad when their paper don't stack right. So let's get into it. Rule number 1, budget. Budget. You have to learn how to live within your means, because people might not know when you're hungry, but they gonna know when you're homeless. Oh yes, they gonna see you if you have to live in your car, okay? You don't want to be out here rolling around like Tiffany Haddish paying back Kevin Hart $300 because he keep bragging about how he helped your career with $300 back in the day. But anywho, I digress. We don't know that girl's whole. We don't know why she was living in her car. That ain't the point. Point is this. You don't want to be living in your car. It can happen to anybody. We are 2 bad choices away from living in our car, if you even have a car. Because some people ain't blessed enough to have that. Live within your means. Stay focused. Budget. There are some ways to do this. You only buy items that you need, okay? Because we don't know if you're in debt or not. Focus on the items that you need. You don't really need a lot. You need basic essentials, and then we can focus on the rest. So you have to learn how to stay within that. Like when you go to the grocery store, you need to have a grocery list. Don't be out here just buying up everything because you hungry and you want all the impulse items. You want all the chips. When you go to Walmart, like the first thing they do is have all them drinks up front. They like Gatorade. You don't need that daggone Gatorade. That Gatorade was all right before you saw it. Make sure you eat before you go. Have your grocery list and stay focused. And don't get sidetracked. It's going to be some items out there twerking that you're trying to get your attention. But don't worry about that. You go in there and get what you're supposed to get. Hopefully you've already kind of wrote out or thought about what you was going to cook this week anyway. You've considered all the major factors. You've considered your lunches, your dinners, your breakfast, any snacks you want. If you have a little party, a social gathering, you've already considered that. So you got that grocery list and you're good and you're focused. Next, you definitely want to consider bundling. Bundling your services. This includes your fiber optics bills, like your TV, your cell phone, and sometimes even your home security alarm systems. You want to try to keep all of them bundled down in one bill, get all the savings, all the discounts that you could possibly get. You also might want to consider the cash rewards programs that a lot of these credit card companies have, or even some of your favorite retailers. They have those too. You can get cash back just by making purchases or paying off the card, and you can take that money and have it sit to your checking account or even pay off the credit card bill. You got to learn how to work the system or they're going to learn how to work you. So let's move on. No impulse items. No impulse items. That's in real life and on the internet. So like I said again, when you go in the grocery store, okay, don't go on the empty stomach because you're going to be there buying up everything that you ain't got no business buying. You're going to be up at the checkout at the Walmart getting all the Snicker bars and them daggone 8-hour energy drinks and the Mountain Dews. You don't need that. Why is them 20 ounces $1.50 and the 2 liters in the back on sale for $1? You do the math. You also want to plan ahead, like we said. Plan ahead with that grocery list. Plan ahead. You should know what your meal plan is going to be. So if you plan ahead, you can stay on focus, you can stay within budget, and you can stay within that $150 limit that you gave yourself versus getting that $218 plus taxes. Apps. Apps. The world that we live in a millennial society. Apps can get you in trouble. Because you got Amazon right here at the touch of a button. You window shopping, you up, place order. It's over, it's gone, it's too late, it's on the way. Look at you. In 23 hours, your item gonna be here. That was your fault. You might really want to consider getting rid of the app until you get your money right where you want to be. If you are an impulsive shopper, like we've already kind of mentioned, like I said, that's online in the real life. Don't just buy it because it's there. If you really, really, really want it, you're going to want it next month. You're going to want it 2 months from now. And then you can get it because hopefully you've saved up to get it. That's a part of your planning. So stay off online shopping for a while. eBay, Amazon, all of them. Bad juju websites. You stay off of them. You and everybody else, you have a plan. Your vision board says save money. And you can't do that if you're shopping up a storm all over the internet and whatnot. So you might want to consider deleting them. If not, for a week or two, maybe in a couple of months. It depends on your situation, and I can't speak on that. So you also want to track your spending. Now, banks and credit unions can help you do this. Most people have a debit card or a credit card, etc., and you have either an institutional bank or you have a credit union. Now, on those websites, sometimes you will see sections where it says spending tracker, and they'll have a pie chart, they'll have a bar graph, they'll have some type of indication that shows you how you spend your money. And now Bank of America, their website even shows you, you've spent more than you made this month. Click here to find out ways on how to reduce your spending. They're letting you know. And you can even click on a pie chart and see which pieces of the pie that you spend the most money on. Me, for instance, it's always bills, which is a good thing. That means I'm not out here buying stuff willy-nilly, being frivolous, just shopping till I'm dropping. I spend most of my money on bills. And then the next one for me was actually food. So you can always use these apps to your advantage to see what you're doing. And if you're uncomfortable with technology, you can always jot it down. I definitely also write down all of my expenses and my earning income inside of my little debit card register. I have all of my spending in there. I don't trust anybody. So I'm always writing down what I spent, when I spent, and how much money is going to be coming back to me. Keep that in mind. So set goals. You can also use those same banking accounts, those apps. You can also use those same ones to help you track your spending and to help you save money. They'll tell you how much you need at a certain date, at a certain time for any impending expenses that you have or any purchases that you want to make. So you can definitely create you a wish list too. That's another thing. If you really, really want it and you can't afford it right now, don't go out here going out of your means, spending up all your dough on that. Put it in your wish list. Everybody got a wish list. Bare Minerals, Victoria's Secret, the Pink Store, well, they kind of one and the same. Everybody, Best Buy, they have a wish list. So if you have an account with them, put it in your wish list. Work for it. Don't just buy it all at once. It's going to be there. It's going to be there whether you in the house or living on the streets. It's going to be there. Keep that in mind. You also want to consider what you do daily, weekly, and monthly in terms of setting your goals. Have it written out. Write it down. Put it in your phone. That's what your calendars are for, to help keep you organized and on track and focused. You ain't got to go through this life without any type of direction or guidelines. Use what you have. Also, make sure that you have your direct deposits going into separate accounts. What I mean is have the larger portion going into your checking account, but you also need to have another portion going into your savings account. Now, of course, you could always transfer funds from checking to saving once you get the money, but you also want to make sure that you are putting something in that savings account often. Okay? Think of your savings account just like a bill. You definitely want to keep feeding it. You don't want to just sit in there all lonely, $25, just enough to keep the people from sending you emails and text messages saying that you are below requirement. No. Feed your savings account like you feed everybody else. Make sure that it's not starving to death. You could do this through your employer too. That's what I meant by direct deposit. Or if you got PayPal, if you're doing surveys on the side, or even your cash rewards that we talked about earlier. You can have that money going into your savings account, and it doesn't just have to be sitting there without any company, okay? So there are also like a lot of books that you can read to help get you on the right track. And I think that's essential because what works for one person won't work for another. So you might want to keep that in mind too. I know for me, I read a lot of Susan Orman books. I read a lot of hers. I read Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I read Think, Grow Rich. I'm also going to read the whole book collection from Damon Jones. His name, Damon Jones. He's the guy from the Shark Tank. He's one of the original founders of FUBU. So don't be afraid to go out here on the internet, on YouTube, Don't be afraid to go. Why you low-key shopping on Amazon? You shouldn't be, because you're trying to save money. Don't be afraid to buy you a few books to help guide you and show you what you need to do. So, paying off debts. Paying off debts is very, very essential if you want to save some money. It's like one of my old professors said, you can't be out here saving on money if you owe people money. Therefore, you will never be able to save money. And don't worry, we have a video about that too in our series about how to pay off debt. So we'll go in detail with that a little bit more later on. And this includes your home debts, any home loans, any student loans, any car loans. You want to make sure that you are paying those often and you are paying them in full, or if not more. But don't just let those loans and debts build up over time thinking they're never going to find you. They always find you. And eventually, they'll take all of your check and, most importantly, the precious, precious, precious income tax return that everybody seems to love at the beginning of the year. They'll take that too. So make sure that you're making all your payments on time. Avoid any type of late fees. This includes bills too. So if the internet bill late, the phone bill late, well, you should be bundling, so all of those should be together. Pay them on time. Pay them early if you can. Make sure you are paying by paycheck. This check goes to that, this check goes to this. Pay them before them late fees, try to make you pay more. And clear up room for future savings, which is paying off the debts. Pay off these daggone debts so you can save the money that you owe people. Because again, you can't be saving no money if you owe people money. You know, a lot of people, mobsters, they're going to get their dough. So, last but not least, cut down any unnecessary expenses. All the stuff that you want but you really don't need, you know what I'm talking about. Groceries. You need groceries, but what type of groceries? What type of groceries? Is it better to buy things in bulk? Is it better to buy things smaller? It depends on you and your family size. If you live alone, buying things in bulk may not always be the best. Some things can go spoiled when it comes to food. Otherwise, things like toilet paper could last you a lot longer. I definitely recommend buying in bulk. Whether you go to Sam's Club or Costco or even get those big old family size items at Walmart, I definitely think that should work out for you. Cancel any unused memberships. Okay? Cancel them. If you are not watching Netflix like that, Hulu, a gym membership, whatever it is that you're paying for and you're not actually utilizing it, it shouldn't even be around no more. Stop wasting that $10, $20, $15, $35 a month on nothing. Make the most of all the memberships that you do have, but get rid of all the crap that you don't use. Just get rid of it. You also want to pack your lunch, pack your dinner, depending on what type of job you have, if you work, school, etc. Pack those meals. Make sure that you are making the most of these grocery lists. And again, plan ahead. Pack that. Because I promise you, going to Chick-fil-A every day, $5 here, $7 here, that add up over the week. That's unnecessary spending. You can absolutely do without that. So use your discounts and your loyalty programs. If you do frequent Chick-fil-A, if you do frequent McDonald's or Starbucks or whatever your guilty pleasures are, even if it's like a local deli and they got a program, utilize it. Use those discounts. Use that every 5 purchases you get something free, discounted, etc. Use them. It saves a lot in the end. You also need to learn how to say no to needy and mooching family and friend members. Somebody that's always so quick to ask you for help, but don't want to give you no help. Always want to ride, but ain't never got no gas money. You gotta start falling back from folks. You might lose people in the end, but this is about you. Okay, this is about you and your journey on generational wealth. You can't get to that road if you always being too nice and too courteous to people who are not being nice and courteous to you. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't, I'm sorry. It just doesn't work that way. So you gotta learn how to say no. You got some people that like to party a lot. They don't probably pay their bills, but they want to party all the time. They always want to go somewhere. They always want to do things. And you know that you have plans, you have goals, you got things set out. You can't do that this week. Your rent's due next week. You can't go spend that money. That money is sacred. You gotta learn how to say no. You gotta learn how to be like, no. And don't feel bad about it. This is your life. Them people ain't gonna pay your bills. They're not gonna pay your bills. That's just what it is. So you gotta learn how to be a little bit more afraid to not care what people think in essence. Don't be afraid to say no. Don't be afraid to say I can't. So what? If real friends understand. You know, a real friend who got it might even offer to pay for you, but other than that, nah. A real friend is not going to want you to spend up your money and risk being put out. And hell, they ain't even going to give you nowhere to live if you get kicked out. So no unplanned spending. No unplanned spending. And make sure you have something set aside for emergencies. But other than that, emergencies, you can't control that. But no unplanned spending. So no, if somebody asks you the day of and you didn't already have no movie money out, nope, can't do it. Can't club. Can't run off the Six Flags. Can't do none of that. Nope, it was not in the plan. It was not in the plan. That ain't what you said. No. Just tell them no. Don't be afraid to tell people no. But you got to monitor and lower things around the house. Like if you can, turn your thermostat down. Keep the TVs turned off. Things like that add up as well. Don't be running water for no reason. Don't be out here running electricity for no reason. Take advantage of the free light, which is I call natural light. Open up your blinds. You don't need all the toxic energy from them light bulbs. Who cares? Our ancestors didn't have no light bulbs. Anyway, do your research and find out what it is that you can do to save money around your house, on your car, and learn how to do things yourself. If you can change your own oil, change your own windshield wipers, whatever it takes. If it's something that you can do, learn how to do it and do it successfully so you don't have to pay other people to do it. And last but not least, you definitely want to consider things like refinancing your mortgage. You know, I'm a young homeowner myself, and I'm actually considering it too. But refinancing your mortgage at a current day and time could actually shave off a lot of money off of the principal payment of your home and have you saving money in the future. For instance, you know, I bought my house for, you know, like $110,000. If I refinanced my loan through Wells Fargo, who eventually got the loan after the person that sold the loan. Okay, this is what happened. My house was purchased by a loan company, and they eventually sold my loan to Wells Fargo. So Wells Fargo never actually gave me the loan initially. So now that I've been with them for a while, and I'll be like, hey, you know, I want to refinance or whatever, they might actually give me a cheaper payment for my principal, which will drop the mortgage, which will drop all of that because, you know, your insurance and your property taxes are in escrow. We could talk about that later, but you might want to do things like that. Refinance your mortgage. You might even want to refinance your car. Don't be out here buying cars that are super expensive. If they're super expensive like that, you want to lease those cars, but don't buy them. All right? So this concludes the portion of Saving Money, part 1 of the Millennial Success Bylaws series right here on Shonae's Law. Don't forget to take care of yourselves, control that spending, because just like charity, money doesn't always come to the ghetto and need us generational wealth. It's up to you to start today, not tomorrow. Start making the best choices for you, yourself, your family, and your future today. So with that being said, I'm going to see you guys in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching me. Make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with everybody else so they can make sure that they are doing all the things they need to do to be saving money and getting on the right track. So I'm going to see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching.